So this is Math 800. That's algebra. I'm asking you guys to evaluate Z, correct? But this should make sense to you. What is mu? We said that's the mean for the population. Sigma is the standard deviation. So what is Z? And you have fancy calculator.
I got 2.76, but I don't know how many decimals you want us to round up to.
I'm happy with this. That was a good question for the exam. I will tell you guys how many decimal, but this looks like 2 decimal. Anybody else got the same?
Same.
Same, okay. We just accept it. So we evaluating, instead of X, I will plug 35.1 minus 28.75 divided by 2.3. I know you guys have an expensive, super cool calculator, but the way you punch it in is very important. If you just type in 35.1 minus 28.75 divided by 2.3, this is wrong. You don't get 2.76. We need to evaluate this first. The answer should be divided by 2.3. So you can plug in, put in parentheses. All right. Let's have one more algebra. Q1 equal to 49, IQR equal to 25. Find or evaluate Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. Again, this is algebra. On the other hand, that should make sense to you. What is Q1? What is IQR? So can you guys tell me what is the value here?
Okay, the one I got 11.5.
11.5. Is this correct? Yeah. And so this is 11.5. So you just substitute. Say 49 minus 1.5 times 25. We do multiplication first, and then you subtract from 49, and we get 11.5. This is actually gives us the outlier in the statistic, but if you have the formula, but if you don't know how to calculate it, it would be pain to lose point here. So this part is the algebra part that you have time to use the calculator, but how to use the calculator is important. Any question here? Cool. All right. On the last section in chapter 2 is about visualization. So we went through a lot of statistic summaries for one variable, two variables, multiple variables. So we get the numbers at this. On the other hand, we need to somehow visualize it. We need to present it to clients or to people to understand the data. There are a lot of applications that visualize the data. Here I just pick few, but when you see a graph, we would like to know what is the mean. The 5-number summary is everybody, when you see a graph, they say what is the center, what is the minimum, what's the maximum, correct? So last section, it would be super simple. I mean, there are so many different ways to present the data. And we don't do it by hand, we don't paint it, the computer will does it for us. Let's have a couple example. So that's 2.7, data visualization. So basically, you need to be creative with the color. And data visualization is like a 5 years course to just, how do I say this? So, I mean, everything, it depends to you. How do you want to be creative? You have all the numbers, you have mean, standard deviation, maximum, minimum, but what color do you want to use is up to you. So you need to be creative. On the other side, you also need to be able to read the graph. If somebody else gives you a graph, you should be able to read it. For example, there's no example. Oh, there's an example here. This is one of the, I think, homework question. This doesn't look good, right? We need to just first look at this one. So we have some data, 3 different colors. We have, this is X, Y, Z. So the first part, the same, which variable is on vertical axis? So we have variable this is A, variable B, and variable C. Which variable is on the vertical axis? Is it A, B, or C?
A.
A.
Yeah, correct. You know, at the beginning, how do you want to, the perspective, you can see it differently, but you find the center. So this is X and Y, and this is a vertical. So A is correct. Which color dots are highest up? Is that black, green, or red? Which one has the highest value?
Green.
Kendall, which one do you think?
Green.
Yeah, so the green, so the first they ask us vertical. So vertical is a value. So green has this, for example, has the highest, so green will be the answer. Let's have another visualization. So back to where is that? Back to this graph. We should be, if they give us data set, we need to be creative. You're not gonna be creative for my exam and homework. No, you be creative if somebody pay you $100,000 to visualize the data, to make it look nice. Also, it should make sense. Also, you should be able to read the graph. If somebody else made a fancy graph, we also need to be able to answer some statistic question. So let's go to another one. So which one you think is the answer? Somebody's busy over there. Can you mute? Who's that? Musa, is that you? No, it was you. Good. I feel like you were trying to answer the question. Now I give you a choice here. You can turn the microphone on. Is it A, B, C, D, or E?
Oh gosh.
The graph below gives information about what temperature people prefer for washing clothes. How many people prefer the temperature 60?
Seven people.
Did you count this one?
Yeah.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're right.
No,
Is this a difficult question to have it in exam?
that one's pretty easy. If all the questions were like this, I would love it.
You're gonna be a statistician only to find how many people closing washing clothes. Yeah, I mean that's the technique. You have a skill to read this one. I mean, because you have a dot plot, you see 60, you went to the 60, and then you count how many. So it's good. Let's make it a little fancier. Let's read this one. Making a graph like this, you need to have a skill to make it that pretty, then, I mean, categorize it. But somebody did it, and we have it. So now our job is to read it. Not only reading it, and answering. How many different categories are shown?
Three. 7.
3. Rocio, you said 3 or 7?
Mariana said 7. I said 3.
Did you read the question, or you? I mean, I usually don't read the question; just go directly. Let's read this one. So all of them we're talking about different years. Another one is. Anybody else?
Changing my answer to 6.
6 is correct. I mean, Lucia, you said 7. They said, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they said no data, and ignoring the category of no data. So we have 6 category. Less than 10%, between 10 to 14. What about part B? Using the figure above, what appears to be the highest category needed for any state in 2002?
Highest category.
So we keep reading this one. We're talking about this. What appears to be highest category. So we have 2 categories. Each state has 2 categories, correct? This is the highest category for 90-90.
14%.
10% to 14%. In 2000 is 20% to 24%, and more than 30%. In 2010 is more than 30%, or less than 30%. No, red is more than 30%. Does that make sense? I'm assuming makes sense. I'm
Yes.
assuming it's not that complicated.
No.
But Musa got paused and he got shocked. You okay, Musa? Okay.
Long day.
You should go running, push-ups.
No, I already did that.
I did that. 40 more push-ups for your class. So we have a graph, correct? This is not a bar graph, histogram. This is just a line graph, correct? And well, let's see what's the question. Describe the general trend of both position. Are the players getting faster or slower? By looking at the graph, we hire you as a data scientist. So you need to talk about the graph. You need, if they ask you, you have to answer it. Kendall, what do you think?
And getting faster. Yeah. Faster because the time is goes from fastest to slowest up top, and it looks like it's going down.
So this is a time, correct?
Yes.
In 99, for example, was 4.52 seconds or 4.55 seconds.
Yeah.
In 2000, I picked this point, become less. In 2010, for example, become less. And if here is 2020, so they got faster.
Yeah.
Correct?
I run like a 4.2.
That's what you said, faster?
Yeah, it's faster.
Okay. In 2016, which position has the faster average 40 times? What? 2016, which position? The faster average 40.
Something missing.
No. So where is 2016?
The wide receiver.
So here's 2000.
So the DC, the red. What's DC? Is that a position?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, here's a position here. So in 2000, this is 2010, 2010 more, 2020 here, 2015 and 2016, say here. So the DC, correct?
Defensive quarterback.
Later.
Describe the general trend of both position. Are the player getting faster or slower? Yeah, this is the same one. What about part C? So those are the homework questions that I picked, and those are the questions that doesn't take that much time in exam. I mean, you don't even need to read the above. Just the graph should be able to answer the question. Does the position appear to be consistently faster than the other? Is a yes or no?
Yes.
No.
No, correct.
No.
Sometimes DC, sometimes. So sometimes this one, sometimes this one. So if does that position? No. If that was yes, it would be something like this. For example, always one of the graph was above the other one. So now let's watch one of the YouTube video about visualization. So this guy animate, also visualize the data.
Okay, Vaughn, before we go, can we go to B again, please?
In 2016, which position had a faster average 40 time?
And we said it was DC.
Mm-hmm.
And why was that?
So let's find 2016.
So is it kind of like just an estimate, like you just kind of guess where 2016 is?
Yeah, but we should be able to do it correctly. So this interval is 10, correct? So let's say another interval gives me 2020. Half of that will be 2015, correct? So 2016 will be somewhere around here. So now we're gonna make a line. If that's correct.
So the faster time is the wide receiver.
Yeah, the fast.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Good point. So this will be faster, correct?
Yes, the wide receiver.
Yeah, but I thought last time you guys said DC, so I was a
But
little
you did say
confused.
DC. I didn't make it that accurate. So if it's faster, so it's going to be 4 point. Correct. You're right.
Okay, thank you. Just
Thank
wanted
you.
to know I was paying attention.
So the way they question, so you don't need to be very accurate. So whatever you picked, if you pick anywhere around here to this interval, if you pick 2016 to be in this much, you will see the blue one is less than, is faster than the red one. Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. So we're gonna go watch a YouTube. Hopefully motivate you guys to be a data scientist. So we are in 1A. This is 1A. How many variables do we have?
2.
Yeah, this is, I mean, they said variable. This is variable 1 and variable 2. A scatter plot, I mean, you need to have two variable. So you put 2. What is the range of variable 1? Kendall. Range. For the range, we learned maximum minus minimum, correct? They give us the range.
30.
What's that?
Wait. Time out. Maximum minus minimum. 20.
Yeah, I mean, the maximum, we're gonna say it on this point, okay, 29. The minimum gonna be 11, 10. So in exam, so for a question like this, so you shouldn't be very off. If this much is 5, this much gonna be correct. This much interval is 5, so this gonna be like a 3. This much gonna be 3 or 2, correct? So if it's 2 or 3, so this gonna be 11, 12, 13, 14, or 12. Correct, I can say 12, so I can say 29 minus 12 is, what's that? Okay, so the keyword here was range. If you don't know the range, that the definition is max minus mean, you cannot do it. If you know it, you will laugh in exam that how simple is that. What about B? Does the association between the variable appear to be positive or negative? We're talking about the same figure.
Positive.
Positive.
Manial, yes. So we learn if the same as the slope of the line, if it goes this way is positive, if the other way is negative. Here looks like it's going this way, correct? It's not going that way, so it's positive. They didn't say what is R, just so positive is correct. What about this one? Figure 1B. 1B. Manfred.
I am not too sure, Kevon.
Huh?
I said I'm not too sure what the answer would be. I don't mind walking through it.
You're not too sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't mind walking through it and figuring it out.
So which variable? So we have two variables, correct?
Correct.
So same as x and y that in algebra we learn if this point is 2, 3, x is 2, y is 3. We learn that x is independent. The x value is not dependent to anything, but the y value is dependent to x. So same here. So variable 2 will be depend on variable 1. So which variable is the response variable? Variable 2.
Okay.
They give us the answer is response to the variable 1.
Okay.
Now we know. Very good. So here they put variable 2. Also here is variable 2. So this point, for example, is 15, 105. So 105 is a response to 15.
Okay.
So now you answer second part. Does the line show a positive or negative association?
I would say positive.
Very good. Yeah, slope is positive. This way, the line goes this way is positive. We also predicted that way too. But which line is the best fit? That's a different animal. But right now they're asking us positive or negative. We say positive. This is variable too. Any question here? Kendall, does that make sense? Maybe. Does that make sense?
It's a lot going on over here. Yes, it does.
Okay. Very good. That's fine. There's a lot going on in my house too. I'm in my office. I just sneaking out. Nice question.
Oh.
I say nice question. Looks complicated. We're talking about prediction. But if you know it, it's easy to answer. Maybe you can ask Musa to answer for us.
Thank you.
Before the window get dark, let's ask you. So we have a formula, correct? We talked about this on Monday. This is a prediction. That's what AI does. Again, this is a homework question. So we have a body fat equal negative 47.9 plus this. What body fat percent does the line predict for the person with the neck circumference of 35 centimeter? What do you think the answer will be? So you cannot just look at it and do it.
I'm trying to figure out like how to write that problem out.
So we have somebody came up with the equation. This coming up with the equation of this prediction is super expensive, but we have it. Where that coming from? Somebody got the data, they plot the data, correct? And then they make a line through it. This is the equation of the line. Then we can predict here, and we can predict any point they run on our data sets. All right? So this equation of line, which is a plus bx or mx bx, we have it. So we have a formula. So now, what is the body fat for 35? Ray, you had your dinner, you finished your dinner. What do you think the answer will be?
13.35.
What's that?
13.35.
15?
13.
15. Anybody else?
Oh, 0.35.
I have the same 13.35.
I got the same.
Catherine, thanks for participating. Let's see, where is Rocio? Rocio, is she here? Yes.
I'm here.
Okay. Did you get 13.35?
I haven't done it, but
So,
I would multiply the 1.75 or negative.
how did you multiply? What a big. You're right. Okay. U35 goes over here. We have negative 47.9 plus 1.75 times 35.
See, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, where do you plot 35?
Very good. I
Just,
mean, how many variables? So here they said body fat here, correct? So this is not the only thing is left is the fat. You're still looking at where should we put it?
No, I see it now, but I'm like, I just didn't know where to plot the 35. Now I know it's
okay. So now
X.
the algebra part, which we love to use the calculator, we do this 2 first and then minus that. 13.35. Okay. And here I put percentage in homework exam. So don't miss point here. Is that 13.35%? Yeah. What about the next one? Musa, what do we do with it 40?
Let me figure it out.
So the formula gives us the percent already, correct? Look at here. So this body fat, whatever you get, if you get 13.35, that means this is already in the percentage form. But that's the formula comes with.
We can use a calculator, right, the day of the exam.
For sure, no calculator, you cannot do this.
Right. So I got 20.
20?
2.1 for that one.
22.1.
Yeah, I got 22.1 as well.
So 22.1. Should I put this one over here or should I put 2210? Yeah. Or should I put 0.221? Those are the questions that you comes up to your mind in exam. So if you read the question, they said body fat in percent. So whatever you got, that's the answer.
Okay.
The percentage, so you don't need to do anything.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Let's make it a little spicy. Is this a difficult question for the exam?
No, because you just plug it in.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
Yeah, we just plug it in and use a calculator to answer it. That's the question in your exam. But I know people, if they don't study, they cannot do it.
This question's actually on the
Homework.
It looks familiar. I think I saw it either in the adaptive or the quick. Yeah, I think in the adaptive.
No, this is a homework question, I believe.
Or is it on the quick?
And yeah, the question changes, but this is a part of one of the question. I think it's quick start.
Yeah.
Now I messed up my entire screen. What I'm looking for, I wanna.
Which is due tonight, by the way. Right?
Right? Are you guys done with it?
I think I still have 3 more questions.
So 3.
Remind me again that you said which one is the one that you're not, because it's confusing. I know the maximum is 100 points that we can have, but you said it's okay to have it at 60.
For adaptive, the one that the computers try to know you what is your weakness. For that one, adaptive, I said above 45 will be great for the first and second one. So if you get 45, I will change it to 100%.
Really?
If you got 75%, do not call me, I want 150%. I cannot. The maximum is for, okay, Ray?
Right,
So
right.
don't do that. But for the chapter 3, I will put the bar up. I would like you guys do 60%. So I'm more like you guys to spend time on adaptive question.
Yeah.
But for question on quick start, no, I would like to get 100%.
Okay.
Okay. Should I extend the homework?
I don't mind.
Yes.
Yes, please. That'd be great.
Yes, I believe so.
I will. I extend. Who was I believe? Okay, yeah, I will extend it if I remember. I extend homework. I want you guys to do good on the exam.
Maybe till Sunday.
You want to work on the weekends?
Every day.
Yeah, right.
No, not on Sunday. Sunday's football, so maybe postpone it to like.
The weekends, the only time I have help. The weekends, the only time I have help in the house.
Okay. Sure, I'm okay. As long as you guys do it by not relying on somebody else, we can extend it till end of the year. I want you guys to learn it. I will extend it till Monday afternoon, okay? That
Beautiful.
Able to go through it for the exam. And you guys take a note of this. How do we calculate it? In the exam, you calculated. I see you guys while you're taking the exam. Mariana, is that what?
I wish.
So you really like a statistic. Yeah. All right, let's work on. So for the exam on Monday, you guys need to have camera on, and I don't care what you guys drinking. So part B.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Part B. It's kind of messy for part B, but this is the B. This is a B. One of the men in the study had the neck circumference of the and their body fat percent 11.3. Find the residual for this man.
Can't see.
It's kind of, if I get rid of this, it's not good.
Oh, okay.
I need to do some magic with this.
Okay, one of them.
While you're waiting, Kevon, just a question. I know Rocio asked about the adaptive question. I know you said to get at least 40%.
45, don't negotiate.
Sorry.
45.
45. And then if it's below 45, like, do we have an option to redo it or keep on doing it?
Not for the, we are done with the due, correct? We are done with the adaptive 1 and 2.
Yes.
But if you got 40% or 39%, so I will make that 80% or 85, whatever is percentage. And I will do that at the end of the year. Right now,
It's too much. Yeah, no. Okay.
I have to wait it, so
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
no problem. So let's see what's happening on this one. What is the residual? If you don't know the residual, if you don't know the formula, again, it's pain. If you know it, correct? So what did you get, Mariana?
I'm trying to figure out if it's still the same formula at the top.
Yeah. You're talking.
okay.
Yeah. What
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so now I have to do the math.
Yeah. So you really drink, but yeah, you're talking about the same question. Ray, did you do it? What did you get?
8.525.
8.525. Positive or negative?
Positive.
So is y minus y hat, correct? This is a predicted one, and that's the real one.
Never mind. Negative.
Okay.
Negative.
Oh, we had the data, we graphed it, we come up with the best fit line, correct? Everything is done for us, and we have the line here. So that's the line, for example. This is the y hat or body fat, correct? So we said any point on this is a predicted. All the data are here, they're actually real. That means we ask people, we examine them. So what are we doing here? 11.3, okay, 11.3 is here. This is actually is our, one of our y value. We need to find y hat, so 38.7 goes for here. We're gonna get, what do we get when you plug 38.7?
You get 67.725.
Minus 11, no, 67? Are you sure?
I'm pretty
Ray,
sure.
what'd you get?
It's 19.825. You just forgot to minus the 47.9.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't do that whole part. I just got the calculation for
I
it.
don't think if you get a bigger number, I give you more points. No, you get to get it back. Whatever is this, correct? This will be predicted. So we're gonna say 11.3 minus this guy. This should give us negative 8.525, Ray.
Kayvon, why are we subtracting?
Because here is negative,
Okay,
correct? The formula has negative.
okay. But if it was a positive number, it would be 11.3 plus whatever the number is.
No. No, this one is a formula has negative.
Correct.
If you calculate this, you get something around.
It was 19.825.
Right? Then the formula for residual is y minus y hat. So this is
okay, okay. So that's the formula. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Got it. Thank
Great.
you.
Sure.
That's why it would be a subtraction. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Let's have some question like this. Let's say this is question number 4 in your exam. Now take a picture. Musa, it gets dark over there. No, you don't need to. I'm just wanting you answer part A before it gets very dark. So we have 4 box plots. Correct?
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to freak out of all the information. I know sometimes they give us a paragraph, but we which
S.
What is that?
South.
Oh, well, I must have been looking at it early. I'm going to edit in case anyone else was out. Your actual grade range was, your actual average was 7.
I mute you can do, but you were right. So which region shows the lowest level of physical activity? So in the box plot, there are 5 numbers there, correct? This is a minimum and that guy is a maximum. So this one looks like it has a minimum. So I'm gonna go with Sept, whatever is S is. Which region shows the highest? Naz. Naz. There's a picture of Naz.
Is it West?
Catherine. Which region shows the highest is the west, correct? This point is a maximum. Each one has a maximum, but this guy has a more maximum. It will be west. If you have a question like this in the exam, I mean, super easy. Because you know it is easy. If you don't know, it will be complicated. Or do we have any outlier here?
No?
No. How do we know there is an outlier or not on the graph?
There's no additional dots?
If there is a stuff like this, then we have an outlier. Excellent. There are no outlier in any region.
Professor, I'm sorry, can we go back to the previous question? I was taking my notes. You had said it was negative 8.525 because the residual is y minus y hat.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see what I did wrong. Okay, I got it. Never mind.
Cool.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's do some real data. Scroll, yeah, mean, standard deviation, median, Q1, minimum. N, mean, standard deviation, minimum.
Quick question: Will this be on YouTube again?
I am recording it. Yeah, I will put it on YouTube.
Okay, all right. My wife has a class in like 5 minutes, so I might have to take the kids.
Right, Kendall. All right, sure. I will post it up.
I'm gonna finish this question though.
Good. So you do it. First question.
Oh, gotta go. No. Gotta go.
All
My
right.
drink is getting warm. I'm just playing. I'll wait.
All right. Part A. Which has the highest mean audience score? Genera. So we have action, comedy, drama, and horror movie.
Drama.
So we are talking about the mean. Change the color to yellow because person who answered has a yellow shirt. So mean is here, and this is the highest mean. 58, 59, 72, 40. 72 is the highest one, and it's drama. It's hard to see. So drama is answer. What about this one? The lowest mean audience score.
Or
Horror.
So you guys are data scientists. I mean, you guys are reading data, and that's great.
So we don't even need to take an exam on Monday. That's 100 for everybody.
yay.
Well, no, you.
Good job, Musa. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you.
Come here, Zay.
But believe me, that's what's happening outside in real world. People give us data, and we all talk about this is a statistic part, the 5 numbers, and people make decision. What about part B? Let's ask Musa before it gets very dark over there.
I just lit up the lantern or the lamp.
I know.
Can't see me?
No,
Or am I too dark?
No. For some reason, in 10 more minutes, it gets super dark.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So which has the highest median score? Musa. You're going to be in YouTube. They might hire you with answering this question.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to get those YouTube money. It's 72.
Which, so they said which of those?
Drama.
Highest median. This is the median. Highest one is 72 is drama. The lowest one?
Or sorry, it's action.
Action.
Yeah. So we're doing action.
The answer would be 51, right? Because it's just asking the lowest median score, not the genre.
What? So 51 is the lowest one, correct? And is action.
Yes, no, I know, but I'm saying, you know how in B it specifies what genre has the highest median score?
Uh-huh.
And then, but maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but it says the second one, the lowest median
Yeah,
score.
it's part of B. Yeah.
Okay, it's just part of, okay.
Excellent. Very good that you're thinking that way. Yeah, but they're referring to the same one. What about this one? D. In which genera is the lowest score, and what is the score?
Is the lowest score horror, and then it's in 25? Or the lowest score is 25 in horror. And then highest would be
Yeah, it was kind of so
93.
we're talking about minimum here, correct? The
Yes.
minimum value is 25. Highest one?
The highest one would be 93 in action and comedy.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to go a little faster. So here, which genre has the largest number of movies in that category? Which column do we see? Do we look at?
N?
Good. N is a number. So 32 will be action. Correct? All right, I'm going to go a little faster now. I'm going to close this guy. And then here. Oh. Part E, calculate the difference in mean. So what is H bar? So mean of C, comedy, and mean of horror. So the mean is here. So we are H of is 59.11 minus, this is minus 48.65, correct? Finding the difference of the mean was one of the statistic number that we like to study. Let's move to, okay. We have 5 number summary, which is 6. So 5 number summary, that means this is minimum, this guy is maximum, this is median, this is Q1, this is Q3, correct? This is great. So are there any outlier? Do we have any outlier here?
Is it 96?
Okay, very good.
So
You
it would
picked
be
the highest
19.
one, which is
Would it
maximum.
be 19?
Huh?
Would it be 19?
You got the
This
lowest
is the
one.
lowest.
You're very good. You're thinking about the outlier all the way at the beginning or outlier all the way at the end. But you're wrong. Anytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
No, now you're going to remember. Anytime we have 5 number summary, in order to find the outlier, you need to follow the rule. There's a formula to do. You need to calculate IQR, right? So outlier, so we have to calculate IQR. This is the first step, which is Q3 minus Q1. Good. Then we're gonna do the Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR and Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. If whatever we got here is there, then we have outlier. Correct? So Musa, that's how we do it. If you have other way, you might be famous, but let's don't be famous for this exam. Do this rule for the exam, and then after exam, come up with new rule. So again, we do this only when we have 5 numbers. First, we calculate IQR, which is 74 minus 49. My mind doesn't work, is 25. Now, we have Q3, which is 74 plus 1.5 times 25. What do we get? Do we get more than 96 or less than 96? Is that 96 bigger than that or less?
Less. Wait.
What is that? What is 1.5 times 25? This gives us 111.5. Correct?
Okay.
So the 96, which is the max number, is not more than, if it was more than 1, any number more than 111 will be the outlier. But in this set, we don't have it. Cool?
Where did you get the 111.5 from?
1.5 times 225. If you multiply these two, add it to 24.
Okay.
I hope so. Am I right?
I don't know, my phone just shut down on me.
I knew that. That's why I keep asking you. You're gonna get darker and your phone gonna shut down. So there is no outlier after the maximum that they picked. What about the minimum? We have Q1, which is 19 minus 1.5 times 25. If we calculate this, we get 11.5. That means any number less than 11.5 will be the outlier. Any number more than 111.5 will be outlier other side. So on this number, do you see any outlier? No, correct? Because the 19 is a minimum. If there was like a 10 or 5, then we would say it was outlier. Does that make sense, Musa?
Trying to make sense of it.
No, you follow this rule, no negotiation. You find the minimum, I mean, the point, any number less than this will be outlier. Any number after that will be outlier. The number that we have is minimum 19 and the maximum is 96. So 19 is not less than 11. So 19 is somewhere around here. So we have no outlier. So what about part B? How bad would an average audience score to me? As a low outlier, so this should be 11.5.
Hey, Vaughn, how did you get 11.5 for the
I
I know, I was just like, did I miss something?
Like, what am I doing wrong?
It's a
What is 11.5 times 25?
Why would it be 11? It's 1.5 times 25, right?
Yeah.
1.5 times 25 equals 37.5.
Yep.
What
so that
is
we had
19? What is 19 minus that?
So.
Oh, but, sorry. So what did you get? Who get 19? I do this purposely. Is Q1 is 47,
Oh, see,
49.
that's where we're not even paying attention on them, Mariana. We're just like, oh, why did you get 19?
Q1 is 49. So 49 minus 37.5.
Okay, there you go. That makes a lot more sense. I was so lost.
I was like, what's wrong with my calculator?
I did it
I was
purposely.
like, this expensive calculator is not working.
Q1 for some reason, that was Musa's fault.
Yeah, it was my fault. Blame it on me.
Q1 is So this is a minimum. Q1 is 49. Thank you so much. Q1 is 40. All right. So that's how we find the outlier in 5-number summary. And you have few questions like this in a homework.
Sorry. You said if the number was, so how would we know if there were outliers? I'm just trying to kind of clarify
So
that.
if the number is more than Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR, correct? Any number more than 111.5 will be outlier.
Okay, so if like the maximum number was larger than
20, yeah.
Okay, and then same thing with the minimum. If 19 was
less than 11.5.
Okay. All right. Okay, that makes sense.
So on the box plot, we have something like this, correct? And we have outlier here. Sometimes they make it like this. But if for example, they made it all the way and then put this one as minimum, that's how we calculate it to see if that minimum that they give us is a part of outlier or not. That's what they ask us. So 11.5, we find it, and the minimum, which is 19, is not part of the outlier. Is well, another 5-number summary here. Run your answer. What is IQR? So how do we calculate the range?
Is it minimum minus maximum minus minimum?
Very good. So max minus min, which is 6662 minus 445. Whatever is that gonna go range. What is IQR? The formula is Q3 minus Q1, correct? This is Q3, that's Q1. If they ask about outlier, that's different animal. But for IQR, whatever is that, I mean, we're gonna have 2106 minus 1334. All right, few more minutes left. Let's do this one. So for Monday, you guys know you need to have camera on. Okay. What are the mean and standard deviation? It's right there, correct? I mean,
is that a trick question? Because it's right there on the page.
But we believe, well, if you study, it will be easy. But some people, they might say, oh, M-I-N. I mean, they're going to find. So mu, it will be this guy, 28.766. Standard deviation is 3.369, which is this one. Let's make it a little jazzy here. Calculate the z-score. This will be our last question. This is that you need to do little algebra. It's funny, Nas gone. So how do we calculate the z-score? So the formula for z-score, we have z equal to x minus mu divided by standard deviation. Correct. That gives me z-score. Whatever z is, that tells you how many z is, how many units are above or below the mean. So x is from our data, but they said calculate the z-score for the largest value. This is the largest value. Or they might say x equal to 40, 50, but they give us largest value. So we're going to say 35.1 minus mean, which is 28.766, divided by standard deviation 3.369. So this gives me z-score. Did I calculate that somewhere? What do we get if we do this?
1.88.
1.88. What does it mean? So right now the maximum 35.1% obese is 1.88 standard deviation above the mean. So here's above the mean. Does that make sense? Yes. Ray, does that make sense? Don't break the camera. Don't break the camera. You just zoom. Is that too small?
Sorry, I was taking a screenshot and copy and pasting, so I'm a little behind.
Oh. Anyway, so that's how we calculate the z-score, and then z is 1.88. Z-score tells us how many standard deviation is above, if it's positive, or below. What about the smallest value? So the z-score for a smallest value, minimum value is this. So 21.3 minus 28.766 divided by 3.369. What do we get this for this one?
Negative 2.22.
So it's negative, that means it's below the mean. So negative 2.22. So they said below the mean. So 21 is 2.22 standard deviation below the mean. Any question here? There's another question. I mean, the same one. So this is a part C. So 95%. So we know 2 standard deviation above, 2 standard deviation this way, 2 standard deviation that way is 95%. And this gonna get the interval. So it'll be sigma plus 2 standard deviation, and not sigma, mean minus 2 standard deviation. So 28.766 plus 2 times 3.369. This gives us this guy, and 28.766 minus 2 times 3. All right.